Well, every process that we've offered, including the focus wheel, is for the purpose of helping you to go general enough that you stop blocking the signal.
Okay.
The signal is there for you, but sometimes the details, when you believe something that is flawed, when you believe you are inappropriate, that's a flawed premise and you can't get around it. Your life will keep reflecting things going wrong for you if you believe that you are inappropriate.
Yes.
It's a flawed premise.
Yeah.
And as long as you hold that flawed premise, you are blocking the signal of the well-being that you seek. So the more you block it, the more you want it, but the more you want it, the more you block it, and the more you block it, the more you want it. And so you get this tug of war going on between you and you because the energy is moving, but you're not allowing it. And so what a belief is only a thought that you keep thinking. It's only an active vibration. So the question that you want to ask yourself is the belief or the active vibration serving me or hindering me? If it's serving you, the belief feels good when you think it. If it's hindering you, the belief feels bad when you think it. And every process that we've ever offered, and there are many of them and many more coming, is to get you to find some way of going general enough about the subject at hand that you stop blocking your own well-being in the process. So think about the focus wheel. The focus wheel is a process where we encourage you, something has happened and you know that you want something. You know you want it, you're just not getting it. And so you make your statement of desire, and it's irritating even to make that statement of desire because it's a statement of desire that feels bogus because it isn't happening. So you're in a sort of wad of resistance because what you want isn't. There's no evidence of the manifestation of it. So then we encourage you to see the focus wheel like a big clock, so to speak, and write some circles around this, 10 or 12 circles around the outside edge, and make your statement of desire and write that right in the center of your focus wheel. We would make more lists of what you want. We would sit with a notebook and we would make lists of things that you want. And we would compound the feeling of alignment by remembering that everything is working out for you. And then we would say things like, it's going to be fun to see how this plays out. It's going to be fun to see how this plays out. Because that attitude, see, that's right where you are. You have complete confidence that it will play out in a pleasing way. Yes. But you have to define how far you are willing to let it go. Because the universe cannot deliver to you beyond the limits of your expectation or your willingness to allow it, you see. Yeah. So there are two words serve all of you. I want and I'm willing. Those are the two words. I desire this and I'm willing to let that be shown to me. Does that sound odd to you? Not to you. But there are a lot of people who are uncomfortable with desiring. I desire such and such, and I am willing to watch for the evidence of it. That's all that's required. Want it and allow it, and it is. So, over the years that we've been playing with you, we've offered many analogies to help you understand that you are more than you see here in these physical bodies. We tell you that you are the creator of your own reality. Seth coined those phrases years ago. You get that? You are the creator of your own reality because you are the perceiver of your own experience. Therefore, you are the offerer of your own vibration. Therefore, you are the creator of your own point of attraction. Therefore, law of attraction is answering every vibration that you're offering. Therefore, you get what you think about whether you want it or not. How about that? Well, that sounds easy enough, doesn't it? I get what I think about. I get what I think about. Ooh, look over there. That's not too good. Oh, don't want to think about that. Cancel. You say, don't want law of attraction to get hold of that one. But as you give your attention to whatever you give your attention to, don't worry about it. You're getting guidance that lets you know right here, right now, whether you're in alignment with who you really are and all that you want. There are 3 steps to the creative process. The first step is you have to ask. And the contrast that surrounds you causes you to do that all day, every day. You are launching those rockets of requests, those rockets of desire all day, every day. The second step is Source answers what you ask. We wrote a book a few years ago, best title ever, Ask and It Is Given. And that's what it's talking about. When you ask, the vibrational equivalent of what you've asked for forms. And you say, well, whoop-de-doo. There's a virtual bank account out there somewhere for me. and a virtual lover. Not that satisfying. But that's where step 3 comes in. Step 3 is you must be a vibrational match to what you've asked for. And you can't focus on the absence of what you want and be a vibrational match to the presence of what you want. And so if you're doing it with your thought, in other words, if you're evaluating all of the things in the world that you might think about and making a list, don't think about those things, don't think about those things, you're thinking about those things that you don't want to think about. That thing that you don't want to think about, you're thinking about while you're not wanting to think about it. And while you're thinking about it, you're offering a vibration about it. So law of attraction is bringing more of it to you. Now you're thinking about it more, aren't you? So when you're thinking about that thing you don't want to think about, you are launching rockets about what you do want. So if we were standing in your physical shoes, rather than paying so much attention to what we are thinking about, we would make our top priority be, how am I feeling? How am I feeling? I want to feel good. Today, no matter where I'm going, no matter what I'm doing, no matter who I'm doing it with, it is my dominant intent to look for things that when I focus upon them, I feel good. Because that means you're in alignment with who you are. So what does that mean? When you're in alignment with all of the expansion that is you, that is in the vortex, where all cooperative components to all things that you want have been gathered vibrationally, waiting in the wings, ready to explode into your experience in perfect timing. So if you will focus upon what you're doing with your grid, which means how am I feeling right here and now? If you will look for the easiest possible thing that you can find to feel good about and focus upon it and use that as your reason to establish your vibrational point of attraction, what you're going to begin to notice, you are already, is that your grid, who you are, where you stand, your manifestation. So what's the grid? The grid is your point of attraction. It's your perception of the world. It's your reality. It's your fleshed out, filled in reality. It's what you're seeing and hearing and smelling and tasting and touching. It's the reality that you are observing through your physical senses. You're so good at being a vibrational being, you don't even know you are one. What you translate through your nose is a vibrational interpretation. Do you get that? What you see with your eyes is a vibrational interpretation. What you hear and taste and feel with your fingertips, vibrational interpretations. So that grid will fill in with things that you can hear and see and smell and taste and touch. The grid filling in. Once you have established the grid that matches the vortex, life really becomes sweet. It's until you accept that you are the vibrational center of your world, and that everything that comes to you, every relationship, everything that happens around you, every convergence of experiences, everything that happens to you, everything that you experience is a result of your vibrational offering. And we know, of course there are things that you don't want to happen. And of course there are things that you would rather not observe. And of course this is a minefield at times that you are navigating your way through. But when you accept that you have the ability under all conditions to be solution oriented, even when the problem is blaring, and you start tuning yourself on situation after situation to be solution oriented, then you'll get control of your vibrational point of attraction. And that's really what we're wanting to talk most about here today, because you are the creator of your experience, because you are the focuser of your world. And as you are the focuser of your world, you are the offerer of vibration. And since law of attraction is responding to your vibration, everything comes back to what your point of attraction is. And your point of attraction is evidenced to you, not just in the things that are manifesting around you, but by the way you are feeling. In other words, before a manifestation occurs, you have emotions that are letting you know what your point of attraction is. If you're grouchy, your point of attraction is not going to please you as it yields to you the results of that vibration. If you are afraid, your point of attraction is not going to please you as it yields to you the response to the vibration that is the reason that you feel the way you feel. The emotions that you feel are always about what your vibrational relationship is with who you really are and what you really want. A friend was telling Esther a story a while back about being a substitute teacher at a school. And there was a little boy at the school who was clearly neglected. Not abused, but neglected. And Esther's dearest of friends said, I so wanted to just scoop him up and take him home on the weekend. I just wanted to give him a little piece of a better life. And the school administrator said to her, when she voiced that wouldn't be good for him because you will just show him what he's missing. So let's start in another place. So let's say that you are moving through life experience and things are bothering you. Like our friend had 9 things that were not going well and something that is going well, but she's chronically, or you're chronically involved in the 9 things that aren't. And so your attention is upon those. So without really being too aware of it, you've got more resistance going on than you think you do, than you want to admit to.
Right.
So through all of that process, and if you're particularly active, if you're particularly involved in life experience, then you're launching lots of rockets of desire. And so your vortex is spinning, your stream is moving fast, who you really are is vibrating at this high pure place. But more and more things you're using as your excuse to not be vibrationally up to speed with that. Mm-hmm. So then, in the same way that you are really not aware that you were specifically creating and specifically holding yourself apart from what you're wanting, you're also probably not aware that you're giving attention specifically to things that you're pushing against. And the way things manifest, wanted or unwanted, something specific does not come to someone who hasn't activated the specifics of that vibration within them. That's just the powerful, clear, law-based statement that we must make. So we don't expect you to get the fullness of these words right now because words don't carry enough power to ever really give you true meaning in this sense. Words don't teach. It's life experience that does. But your life experience, when it matches up with something that you've been contemplating, that's where true understanding and true changing of vibrational point of attraction takes place. And that really is what these gatherings are about from our perspective. It's an opportunity for you to come at whatever vibrational point you are at because of whatever aspects of your life you have been focused upon. Therefore, you come with your grid active, it always is, your point of attraction always pulsing, with everything around you responding to what that pulsing grid is, what that pulsing vibrational outpouring is. Because law of attraction says, whatever it is that you are broadcasting is what's coming back to you. Law of attraction always perfectly matches those signals. Because when you come with all of these things you want that you can't figure out how to get, and we say, just don't worry about it, they will come. Just meditate and go to the beach and pet your cat. That's not meaty or meaningful enough. Mm-hmm. We had to break it down for them to help them to understand the laws of the universe. We had to say to them, you are the creator of your own reality. There was a little bit of convincing to do, a little bit of discovering the resonance, you see. In other words, in the same way that Esther is discovering her ability to move that car in the way that is really satisfying to her, we've been discovering the way we can move these teachings in the way that you can receive them most readily. And now you are at the point. You have been listening. You're at the point of understanding that you can manage high-flying energy because you have the ability to manage your resistance. But before you know that, you're not wanting to get that specific. That is the problem with goal-setting environments where they are wanting you to set your goals and visualize. If you get really big on visualizing what you want, when you've got a strong habit of vibration that is contradictory to it, then your goals become things that you come to hate. You wish you didn't want them because you focus upon them and they feel uncomfortable. But when you've moved your vibration up steadily and deliberately, and you come to understand that if you have the ability to focus upon it and you can feel what you're doing with your vibration, that the universe has the ability to yield it to you, now you've got your hands on the steering mechanism and you've got your foot on the throttle and there's no reason to have a break. We think it would be a good idea if you would do your creating in advance. In other words, just plan for things as you want them to be, and then just live with what you've already planned. You're following? Yeah. Good.